I like that. It's it's like the drums do something to me. It's like in my whole being, everything. My voice is vibrating low. I could probably trick it if I wanted to, but why? Why should I? Hey baby. That's why. I like messing around every now and then. Remember somebody said something serious one day, and I was like, God has the ultimate sense of humor. And then recently, like, okay, so let's get to the conclusion. Let's talk about this tribe of Judah, right? It's a reference in Revelations about like when exactly you actually know that the time of you know um, the time of the reappearance of Christ is. We'll say it like that, or the return of Christ. Or you know, it talks about what was Judah. This is one of the main parts. It says what was Judah in these times, specifically the tribe of Judah. Who's known as the tribe of Judah? Technically, if you follow the roadmap, you actually, if you're one of those biblical scholars, you just like to read the book. Now, look, I'm not a blasphemous. I don't give a fuck what you think about me, because I'm you and you're me, and it's not that much different between us because, look, listen, let's not get too deep off of on the tangent of me explaining what one conscience really is that can divide itself into a multitude of an infinite vast dimensions of numbers and letters and words and such and bicycles and bombs. Like, bruh, like, come on, man. All right. If you haven't subconsciously figured out that you kind of like willingly let the government or the church or whatever group of people brainwash you into believing some shit that you can't even look up. If you feel like it's just like gang, joining the gang. You'll join a gang because you're by yourself. You ain't got no family. You ain't got no friends. It's a cold world. You'd hate to be a wolf or a lion by yourself in this cold world, or any animal for that matter in this cold world, just standing by yourself. So technically, you're gonna click up with something or some group, So you get up with a group that seems to offer love and compassion. They seem to care, and most part, they might even protect you in a time of need. We'll gather together and fight for each other, type shit. Now, excuse my French. I should start doing my pages private, like doing my lives private. And before we dive all the way into it, we dive deeper into this stuff, man. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Let me catch this algorithm. Now look, and you ain't got to hit it in that order. So about this tribe of Judah that's located in various places, scattered four corners of the earth. It's in the book. You pretty much a part of the script now. Don't try to don't back out now. You're in the script now. This is the world script. It's the Holy Bible. They put this shit up to it, like, and went all the way in on your forehead. The damage is done. Damage is done. God damn. So look, listen. You follow this tribe, and they're in the land of their captives. You feel me? And who were we actually conquered by? The Europeans or the Dutch or the Spanish or either one of the groups. I look at it like this. You had a bunch of Dutch people, a bunch of Spanish people, a bunch of European people, and a few black folks that agreed upon establishing some sort of, backstabbing, conniving plan to turn their own brethren into slaves. Consider it freaking equivalent to Judah selling his own brother Joseph into slavery, into one of the greatest nations at that time, which was Egypt. So this is the future day. This is why I live in America, which is technically Egypt of the day, when it comes down to it, because that's where they took Joseph. Now look, in this version, it's called payback. You feel me? Super payback. Means you don't know your own people sold you into it for a reason. It's like a bloodline type of thing. It's all telling you that we're just petty people. We write these books about these petty events. We got priests that keep it up like holy stories. Prior to this, look, listen, check me out. When the tribe of Judah stands up and lets the world know their presence is here and they have had enough, we are entering into the age or the dawn of the so-called end of the era, end of the age, which we're technically in it but not in it. Like this is technically not the age of Aquarius. Technically, look it up. Look it up. It's about like how we do the 375 days on Earth, and we got a leap year and a time where time goes back and time goes forward. But technically, it's all due to the Earth's rotation around the sun. Like every now and then, it takes an extra, I guess, a day, or it kind of lags a little bit. And to make up for that lag, instead of having one extra day that's a little longer than another one, where you'd be like, oh yeah, this day is actually 26 hours. Why the fuck would we add 26 hours to it? Why not just put time back 2 hours? That feels better. That's the fucking way we do things on Earth. You dig? Now look. Anyway, coming back out of that, um, it's just into reference to be like, we were programmed by these people, like programmed the whole way. Once they put you in it, you was in it. It don't matter who started it. All that matters is we've been in it and we've had chance after chance to break it, and we just keep diving into it. Like you could literally wake up in the morning and be like, "Look, baby, it's a storybook. I'm sorry. Some 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 ugly ass ancestors of ours did this. Now look, some of this shit was documentation. That's all it was meant to be. It's like bearing proof, like I was here, this is what happened. Maybe in the future they'll be able to survive what killed me. That simple. Catastrophic level events, we got to record them type of shit. Anybody that survives needs to be a smart, intelligent person that can actually record the whole thing or set up something, re-jump things. There's levels to this shit. It's like, for all you know, we went through a cataclysmic event. Everybody died except for a handful of us. The ones that survived were actually smart as fuck. It was, I'm saying, a couple of them might have just been normal people, but it's good enough to be a normal person, because technically, as a human, that qualifies you as smart. We're humans, so in the physical, we can name what the fuck. Nigga, I can do this. And you could be like, oh my god, he's a genius! He's a genius! And just because you say that he's a genius, he's a genius. It just is what it is. Or I can just do this, and you can be like, why that's so dumb? And everybody just say it's dumb just because it's dumb. It's you get what I'm saying? It's an agreed upon thing. This is all pointing to one conscience, which is where I'm gonna get into what God is. And I know this lady was referencing something about God's wife dying, and I was watching it online. I'm gonna have to go back and pay tribute, or like, so I can ultimately do a review on her. And I actually read the book When God Had a Wife. I thought it was just a book as well. Now look, listen, because to me, yes, spirit and conscience are one, but conscience is more of the masculine and spirit is more of the feminine. Nobody killed anybody in this. They both became one. Holy matrimony. To marry your conscience to your soul, or your so-called spirit, or marry your conscience to your spirit and give birth to your soul. Some things you just won't comprehend down here in the reality of existence, where we actually exist. Now, beyond that, everything else is just a thought. Dark pits, road, hellfire. I'm just going to say it out flat. In time, this earth will turn into a scorching ball of fire. There's nothing to stop that except us. We can stop that. We can harness that. Hell, we so statistically fucking evilly fucking amazingly great, we could probably put a Dyson sphere around the sun for real. This is not weird. It's not a game. You ever listen, the moment we start playing out these roles, it proves what my theory is, that we've all been psychologically programmed to follow suit. We're here to follow out those. If not, we change our own future by actions, by thoughts. Not only by actions and thoughts alone, but merging the both together. Like when you make the thought, you initially take action, or when you take action, you at least thought about it first. Like in some way, this comes into play to make sense. Like you gotta wake up, so to speak. And if waking up means dying, then you're not getting this the right way, because we're already dead. You got to understand, we're living to walk a process to death, to wake up and live again. And it ain't even about living again, because you never die to begin with. Ain't that shit crazy? Once you came into creation, or once you took onto this body, you came into this physical body, because you were created a long time ago. This is where we getting into God. You technically created yourself. You know what I'm saying? You just, some of you chose to forget, some of you remember, some of you did some fucked up shit throughout your whole existence. And I mean past lives type shit. You piece of scumbag. Nobody can judge you, because in order to judge you, it would step me outside of myself, and that would mean I'm still judging myself. How can one follow the way of Christ if one judges everything wrong? You can't judge all these bodies down here, but at the same time, all these bodies face their own persecution. Get what I'm saying? Demons, angels, same thing, all come from the source. Most people gonna be like, well, a demon is bad and an angel is good. Well, according to anime, this can go either way, depending on certain books, animes, and cartoons. And according to Pastor Troy, what if heaven was hell and vice versa? What up, Troy? I got you. What if heaven was hell and vice versa? What if heaven was hell and vice versa? We just start doing evil in order to nurture your spirit, man. Don't you understand? There's a war. It's raging on, and the devil got some ammo too. Don't get me wrong. I put my trust off in the Lord. It's too corrupt. No, that guy gonna help me blow him up. I gives a fuck. Heaven was hell and vice versa. Anyway, I just wanted to do that. Listen. So this tribe of Judah is gonna stand up, and I just turned on YouTube earlier this morning, and what do I see? I see niggas in all black deborn police down in Louisiana with a fucking army. I mean, I understand they were technically paying tribute to Martin Luther King. You know, it's inauguration day. So many different things to boost up and distract the public from whatever it may be. And I wish I might have actually watched the full inauguration and then went back and seen that, because I was like, yo, so we got a black army and nobody invited me. I'm the brigadier. You know what I'm saying? I'm the fucking brigadier. I'm just playing with y'all, man. I'm like Eshu illegal, man. I sit back and play jokes on people, you know, tell stories and shit. They make rain and thunder pop out of nowhere, and then you wonder why the earth is going to shit. Look, listen. Before I ever say too much about Orisha, I'm gonna ask that my ancestors forgive me, and I'm gonna ask that the conscience of all forgive me, the sum of all, the creator of all things. Look, now, inside of the Bible and inside of all of these books, they talk about this malevolent creator. And when you watch Star Wars, they talk about this force. And, you know, if you watch, what was the name of that movie? Avatar. And even in the actual Avatar, it talks about, you know, chakras and the energy that puts everything together. You know, you do know when they're talking about this energy, it vibrates on two different levels. It vibrates with a negative and a positive, or a dark and a light. You know, this is a male and a female energy. Like, whichever one you want to be dark or light is solely really up to you. And the wielder is by choice. That means any energy can take any form. It's not necessarily that the light energy is dark or that the dark energy is light. I mean, that the light energy is good or the dark energy is bad, or vice versa. It's just energy. Like, those concepts only exist when we come into the physical realms. Like, partake. Now, before that, there was betrayal in metaphysical realms. You got a non-physical realm, you got a metaphysical realm, and then you got a physical realm. There's realms above that, but that's for another day when my mind can actually stomach, you know, well, you see how I just said that? When my mind can stomach giving you this message. It means when I can actually handle this, when my body can receive this message the right way and project it to you. Now, this is technically for people who is for this whole broadcast. And if you rock with me and you actually follow my channel, you know that my name is Josie Fuller, and I sing and I do my thing. And, you know, no, I'm not really a content creator. I'm an artist who just likes to talk shit and smoke weed. It's just me. I've watched people for a long time. I'm just me. I'm gonna be real. In this lifetime, I'm Joshua Fuller, like I said, and I'm also, you know, me. So, you know, me. You know, when it comes down to it, I bear the name, you know, Yeshua, if we say it correctly. That doesn't mean anything special, because I'm nothing special. I'm just like a rock, or a grain, or a lion, or a mouse, a cat, a cockroach, a spider, an insect of any kind, a fish of any kind, bird of any kind, mammal of any kind. I am human. To embody the essence of human, I embody the essence of the earth itself. So my soul is encased inside of this shell. Now look, where it goes is completely up to me when I'm gone. With what I choose to believe in and fortify, same thing for you. Now we all is a culture have chosen to believe, or all is a collective have chosen to believe in an afterlife, which has gave way to afterlife theory. Just a theory. More than likely, I've actually had an NDI. We'll talk about this later if you guys drop in a comment, like, tell us about your NDI. I'll tell you about my NDI. And no, in my NDI, yeah, I met somebody, but they blew my mind. But it's like they told me everything I technically be telling y'all. Like, how does it feel to know that you're dead and alive at the same time? The living dead. To live is to die, and to die is to live. It's just a cycle, you know. It's a cycle. But once human, always human. You'll follow the cycle. You know. But getting it more deep into it. With that concept, that's in Revelations. You guys can go back, check, read it yourself. It's in the Bible. I've read it a few times because I was wondering what the fuck that actually meant. Like when Judah stands up. First, I had to find the tribe of Judah. Everybody's saying the tribe of Judah is niggas. I don't get it, but I guess so. It's like, yo, we wake up. We say, we done with this shit. We get out of church and we don't go back to church and we start talking about our other shit. Next thing you know, they be like, you know what? We found the 13 tribes. We found the 12 tribes of Judah. The 12 tribes of Jacob and black people of Judah. And that's how Jesus got here. It's like, yo, as you wake up, they want to give you a pacifier. And the pacifier is to tell you that you Jesus. As if you didn't already know this shit. As if you wasn't already walking around talking about, man, Jesus black. That guy that they showing me is not him. And all the white folks, some white folks, we know, but that's my Jesus. Not even knowing that, hey, this is a pen, a side note. I'm gonna put you on one. Have you ever just been sitting there and like you just imagine like the worst shit happening or the best shit happening? Like in one scenario, you imagine you've seen the utter destruction of the world and you just witnessed your own death, and that shit was fucking horribly beautiful at the same time. It was just like you met God and he said, nope, not yet, and you woke up the next day. Or you had that one dream where you got to go grocery shopping and fuck the bitch of your dreams, and then you woke up and nobody was there. Technically, I want you to know something. You just thought of a whole nother universe that exists, because it's all a thought. It's all a thought. That's what we are. Kinetic energy existing. You ever heard this? Like scientists will tell you some shit like this, when you're watching a star and we're seeing the shit from across the universe, that star isn't technically there anymore. Like they notice when they look at certain shit, come back 20 years later, it's not in that same position because it's what? Gone. You're observing the life and the death all in the blink of an eye, or all in a year, 20-year span. 20 years to us could be decades to someone else. Could be eons. We're in the 7th eon, by the way, if anybody cares to check. That's what the age of Aquarius is. Go check it. Do your facts. Go do your fact checks. I love y'all, man. Stay up. You gotta deliver. You gotta go in, right? Let yourself and know yourself.